Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to build an AI voice assistant that can even call it 24/7. It will automatically capture a customer's name, email, and phone number, and then send that data into Airtable and trigger automated emails completely hands-free. If you like step-by-step builds that you can copy and paste, hit like so more people can find this tutorial. So here's what we're building. Call comes into Vapi. The assistant captures the name, first name, last name, email, and SMS consent. Vapi, the Vapi assistant then sends an end of call report to Make. Make uses Airtable's search records module to look up the email. If a match is found, it updates all of the fields. If no match, it creates a new row in Airtable. Make sends a confirmation email tailored to added or updated. Alright, so we're going to start off here in Vapi.ai. This is how we're going to build the AI voice assistant. So you can create a free account and get a free phone number, so everything can be done right here. You don't have to go to any other services for the phone number or something like that, that's why I like Vapi, because some other services don't provide that. So just going to sign up. It'll just sign me right in. Alright, so from here we're going to go down to Assistants. Go to Create New Assistant, and we're going to call this Inbound Call Receiver. You don't need a template, you just use a blank template. And then from here, the model we're going to be using is OpenAI, and then GPT should be 4.0 cluster, should be the cheapest one. Actually no, you want to go with the fastest mini cluster. This isn't going to be a complex prompt, so we're just going to use the fastest model to get the best performance out. If it's a more complex prompt, then you'd want to use better agents, or better models rather, that would actually know what exactly the customer wants from them, or what knowledge base they have to pull from. But for right now, just 4.0 mini cluster gets the job done pretty well. Alright, right now I'm pasting the prompt that gets the name, the email, and explicit SMS consent. It handles clarifications and emails and stuff like that. It's basically all it does. I'll have it in the description and a Google Doc with all the copy and paste prompts that I'm going to have throughout this video. And it looks like a lot, but it's a pretty simple one. Alright, so for the first message you can say, hello user, what is your first name? If it was something else, we'd be, if it was an actual agent, it wouldn't just be that simple, but since we're just trying to collect information here, just doing that. So next, what do you want to head down to, or you can hit save actually, or publish rather, but same thing, saved. Go to structured data, and in structured data, we want to hit add property, then add the fields. This is what our agent is going to be extracting. Get first name string, you want last name, and you want email, and then SMS consent as well. These are all mentioned in the prompt, so if you want to type them exactly the same, just, how I typed it out here, spaces, capitals, stuff like that, just to make sure that the prompt is reading it correctly and it's not going to make any mistakes. Alright, and then this prompt also going to be in the description of the Google Doc. It just basically says put the first name into the first name variable and so on, so just so the bot knows exactly where to put all the variables together so we can use them later in Airtable, or in Make rather. Next we're going to go on a success evaluation. This prompt is also in the description, but honestly I just typed it out. It's pretty simple. Basically it just says the call is considered successful if the caller gives you their name, email, and SMS consent, and they confirmed they were all correct. And then what you want to put this on is a boolean or a pass-fail. It's simple true or false. So true if it's a good, successful call, then false if not. Yeah, now we're going to go down to messaging. This is how it's going to connect to make.com. And you'd put in the link for the module that we're going to use right here. We'll get to that in a second. For right now, we're just going to go to the server messages. We're going to select everything, unselect everything, and then just hit end of call report. If you have everything else selected, it's going to spam your webhook, and it's just going to use a bunch of make tokens that you don't want to use. There's no point in doing it. A lot of actions that you don't need. It's wasteful, and we just need the end of call report. For other projects, again, more complex, you might need to use more of these, but for what we're doing, just end of call report will work. Okay, one thing I forgot to add is you want to go to predefined functions, and you want to hit enable end call function, because you want this bot to be able to just not waste any money or time or whatever. And just as soon as it says goodbye, it'll end the call. Alright, so now we're going to do a test run to make sure that it's asking all the right questions and it's getting the right information. So just talk to agent, there'll be a microphone that should work after a couple seconds.
Hello user, what is your first name?
It is Liam.
Thank you, Liam. May I have your last name?
Jack.
Thank you. I have Liam Jack, is that correct?
Yes.
Great, please spell your email letter by letter. Say done when finished. I won't interrupt you.
My email is example@example1.com, spelled EXAMPLE at EXAMPLE1.com.
Thank you. I have example@example1.com. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do I have your permission to send you an SMS confirmation? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you, Liam. I've saved your details. Have a great day. Goodbye.
You too.
Goodbye.
Alright. So, I mean, it's a little glitchy, but probably because it's a lower end model. It didn't instantly just end the call after the first goodbye. But, still works. Alright, so now we're going to go on to Airtable. So you can create a free account here. It's just my dashboard. But yeah, also works. Everything here works with the free account. So just make that. Once you get into the screen, you want to hit create. You're going to build the app on your own. And then close that. You can name this inbound call receiver. And then delete all these fields because you don't need them. And we'll add in our own for a lot, or for the bot to take in. So, first name, last name, phone number, email, SMS consent, or next consent, and successful call. I keep typing in that accidentally. Just want to type in text, successful call. Alright, now that we've got all those fields the agent's going to use, we will go to the Builder Hub to set up an API for Make. Alright, so from here, after you're done with the table, you want to go to Builder Hub. Then it should have you personal access tokens. If you're not already on this one, go to Developer, personal access tokens. What you're going to do is hit Create Token. You can name it Make. And then what you want to do is add a scope, data records read, data records write, and then also schema. Schema basis read, schema basis write, so it can edit the information in the table and add it on the fields that we're going to be inputting in from the Vapi agent. And then make sure you add the base that we just created into the access so that the Make can access that one, inbound call receiver. And then you want to hit create token, copy that, done. And then we're going to go down to Make. Okay, we're going to then, after you create that token in Airtable, we're going to go to make.com. Again, you can create a free account. All the links to all the services we're using and the websites will be in the description. Go to scenarios, hit create new scenario. We can name this inbound call receiver. Can't type. There you go. And then we're going to start off with Airtable just because we want to set up the connection, but it'll start off with Vapi. So you can set search records. You want to hit add, connection type, token or key, personal access token, and then just copy and paste in what you just copied from Airtable after the token you just made. Hit save, and then I'll add another Airtable connection that you can use. You can have multiple, like we're going to have 3. Usually just want 1 though, and just have all the bases added onto that one key. So from here, use inbound call receiver and then connect that up, but we're not going to do that right now. Okay, so what we're actually going to start off with is the Vapi module. After you make that connection to Airtable, you can add in Vapi module, Vapi, go down to watching the call report because that's the only one we need, create a webhook, and then what you can do is add your Vapi connection. So to get your API key, we can go back to Vapi, go down to API keys, hit copy ID on this private key, or you can use a public key, doesn't really matter. Once that's copied, go back to Make, and then hit add, and just copy and paste this in, and it'll work. I already have it done, but just hit save. Alright, after you add in that Vapi connection, you can go down to inbound call receiver, hit save. You can name the webhook whatever you want. I'm just going to keep it like that because I don't really care. Hit save, save, after it's done loading, which may take a second. There we go. And then save, and that'll work. And then just change that over to here, so that's the start point. And now we have the first 2 modules we're going to use. Alright, so we're going to take this formula that I have, use the right connection, take this formula that I have that I got from ChatGPT. It's pretty easy to ask it for this, but copy and paste it in, also be in the description. It basically trims the email, and based on that that email field, Airtable searches it, or searches for that email. If it finds that email, then it outputs that ID for the row in Airtable with that email. And so basically after this, we're going to add another module that'll change everything else except the email, so it's updating that row instead of adding another one and adding another one for the same email, so it avoids duplicates. You also want to add in the table just to make sure it's searching that specific one. Hit save, and then what we want to do, it's going to have that error just for right now because we haven't got any information back from Vapi, so it doesn't have any variables to input in Airtable, but that's fine. Just leave it as is. We're going to add another module from Airtable, which is upsert a record. And this makes sure that there's no duplicates being added into your Airtable. Make sure on the right one. Inbound call receiver, table 1. So what you want to put in here is the ID that the search record outputs. If it gets back the ID, then it will update the record. If it doesn't recognize the ID or it doesn't get an ID, then it just creates a new row. And so you want to put in you put in the first name and whatnot from Vapi, not the search record, because then it'd just be copying everything. But we haven't got that data yet, so we're not going to worry about it. Just save it from there. Alright, now we're going to save this, make sure you save this scenario. It's not going to get this reference, so honestly you can just take it out for right now. And we're going to go test call Vapi to make sure that it gets all the variables it needs and we can input them all correctly. So we're going to save this, then we're going to talk to the assistant, and it should send out after we're done all the variables that we need.
Hello, user. What is your first name? Thank you, Liam. And your last name?
Jack.
Thank you. I have Liam Jack. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Liam. Please spell your email letter by letter. Say done when finished. I won't interrupt you.
Is example at example1.com, example at example1.com.
Thank you. I have example at example1.com. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do I have your permission to send you an SMS confirmation? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you, Liam. I've saved your details. Have a great day. Goodbye.
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 Alright, now that should have called. Alright, so I forgot to set up just before we do that call. It doesn't matter either way, but you want to set up, hit that button so it runs the data immediately as the data arrives. And even if you didn't, you can just hit that button, hit save, and then hit process all data while you're doing this. So then that'll go through the whole queue. Or use existing data. And there you go. Now, that did 3 operations. I think that's because we had a bunch of data in store waiting for in Vapi. But regardless, that should get us our variables that we need. So we can put in, yep, all the variables came back from Vapi, all that output, that's all the data we need. So we can put in email in between trim, which would be an analysis, structured data, here's the email, and yeah, that outputted all the stuff that I said, so that's looking correct so far. Hit save, and then we can input all these fields from Vapi, not from here, because that would just be not replacing anything if it's an updated field. We're going to make sure it does, if it needs to be updated. Structured data, hit first name, last name. Phone would be down in customer. Since we didn't actually call them, we're not going to get that variable back yet, but you can use your own phone to call them at the end of this and then add that in. We're going to do that later. You can go to email, express consent, then successful call would just be success evaluation on the bot. And then we can save from there, and that's looking good so far. Alright, next we're going to add a router, and this is going to be 2 different Gmail modules based on whether or not the ID is being updated or created. So if they already have an account with us with their email, then their information is just getting updated. They'll send us a slightly different email depending on whether or not they are updating or creating. So we'll just set the condition, go to search records. If the ID in search records exists, then that means we're updating. Update record. And then if the ID from the search records does not exist, then that just means creating record. And then you can go to Gmail, send an email. So we're going to add to the Gmail, actually we'll start off with this. To add a Gmail connection, you're going to have to go to here. It's kind of a whole process to set it up. If you follow this guide right here, it'll take you to, you click that link, it'll take you to a whole guide on the Make.com Help Center. it is a little bit of a process. I'll link a video that I've linked before in my last guide for Make for sending Gmails. That was pretty helpful. The UI is a little bit different in the video, but it's all the same process. I don't know why they make it so long, but it should take you like 5, maybe 10 minutes to set this up. So once you set that up, we're going to go down to Vapi, put in, actually it doesn't matter where you really use it, just upsert, put in the email, go to subject, we can say, I'm going to copy and paste this in from, I'll have it in the description, but it's just a HTML prompt, or HTML content that will organize our email, and this is what it will send to any potential clients or users of the system. And so we can input the variables from here. I'll just have placeholders so you can input them in. Just go hello, first name, last name, email, and SMS consent. And then that should be good. And then we can do the same type of process for the second one. It's just going to look slightly different. So I'll go to Gmail, send to Gmail. To email. Make sure trim upsert record, not that one. Okay, same process. This prompt is also, or this HTML code is also going to be in the description. So just put in the first name, email. Oh wait, wrong thing. Make sure you do from the upsert record. First name, last name. Do email and SMS consent. Alright, save that. You should be good from there. It should be in a working order. Alright, once we got everything up and running and done, we're going to make sure this is saved, make sure this is ticked off immediately as data arrives, and that everything is looks good. And so we're going to, I forgot to do this, you can add a phone number in for Vapi, you're going to add that in, and then we're going to call it and test it out to make sure it works. So what you want to do, it'll let you create a phone number once you hit this, and then just create whatever. You can create any area code, and it'll just give you a phone number from there. Type in that area code, and it should work from there. And then once you're done with that, make sure you go down to right below the inbound phone number. In your assistant, type inbound call receiver, or select that, and then save it. And then once you go, once you call it from there, it should start working. Make sure your assistant's saved and everything. And I'll try that out, or I'll demo that real quick. Okay, so I just typed in the number and called them now. I'm just going to use the speaker I already have here, not on my phone, and just record the conversation from there with the AI agent.
Hello, user. What is your first name?
My first name is Liam.
Thank you, William. And your last name?
My first name is Liam, actually.
Thank you for the clarification, Liam. And your last name?
My last name is Alex.
Thank you. I have Liam Alex. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Liam. Please spell your email letter by letter. Say done when you are finished. I won't interrupt you.
My email is example@example1.com. It's spelled EXAMPLE at EXAMPLE1.com.
Thank you. I have example@example1.com. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do I have your permission to send you an MS confirmation? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you, Liam. I've saved your details. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Alright, now we should see it come through here. And there we go. Whole scenario seems to be working. I believe it's sent on an email. Should have taken in, yep, example1.com. It's not going to send that because that email doesn't exist. But, you know, you put in your actual email, then it'll work. What are the fields we got out of that? You got first name Liam, Alex, example1.com, true, successful call true. So everything worked, and it should have come into the Airtable hub. Should have been inputted into the Airtable that we made earlier. Yep. So that's all working. The phone is the only thing that's missing. Just need to make sure we put in after you make that phone call. Go back to your upsert record. Add in the phone from Vapi, which would be in customer number. And then you can save that. And then now it'll actually have the phone number too for all the customers that whoever call, you know, not just from the web page of Vapi. You'll put down their number for the sales team. So yeah, that was the demo, and it looks like it's working well. I'm going to put up on the screen all the outputs, or just the two outputs pretty much. The Gmail and the CRM on Airtable. The full thing looks like. And yeah, there you go. Those are both the outputs. So that's a 24/7 inbound agent, or inbound voice agent, with consent capture, Airtable upsert, and tailored emails. There are links to every prompt and formula are in the Google Doc below, if you need them. If you're building along with me, rather. If this helped, like, subscribe, drop a comment, you know, do all that. Yeah, just let me know if you found that tutorial helpful at all, and I'll see you guys in the next one.